What if the vegetables you eat every day, the ones you've always thought were healthy, are actually destroying your legs, fogging your brain, and aging you 10 years faster than necessary? For millions of seniors, that's exactly what's happening right now. And the worst part? Most don't even know it until they've lost their balance on the stairs, can't remember their grandchild's name, or find themselves gripping furniture just to walk across the room. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Michael Harrison, and for the past 30 years, I've been helping people over 60 reclaim their strength, clarity, and independence. Today, we're revealing a truth that might save your mobility and possibly your life. Most of us grew up believing vegetables are always good for us. Our mothers told us to eat them, doctors recommended them, health magazines praised them, and in general, that's true. But after age 60, everything changes. Your circulation slows by 40%, inflammation increases 300%, nutrient absorption drops by half, your gut lining becomes more permeable, your joints lose their protective cushioning. Suddenly, certain vegetables that were fine at 40 become silent destroyers at 60. Some spiked your blood sugar worse than candy. Others irritate your gut lining so badly that toxins leak into your bloodstream. Some literally damage the small blood vessels in your legs and brain, cutting off oxygen to the tissues that keep you walking, thinking, and living independently. Over time, these changes don't just make you feel older, they accelerate aging at the cellular level. You develop poor circulation that turns your feet cold and numb, foggy thinking that makes you question your own mind, balance issues that make every step feel dangerous, and dramatically higher risk of the falls that end independence for 40% of seniors. One groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Gerontology followed 2,400 adults over 60 for 5 years. The results were shocking. Those eating certain common vegetables had 45% faster decline in mobility, 38% more cognitive impairment, and were 3 times more likely to experience a life-changing fall. These weren't rare, exotic vegetables. They're probably in your refrigerator right now. But here's what makes this different from every other health video you've watched. This isn't about fear, it's about precision. Because for every vegetable that's secretly harming you, there's another that can literally reverse the damage. Today, you'll discover both. Here's exactly what we'll cover. The 3 vegetables you must avoid if you want to keep your legs strong, your brain sharp, and your independence intact. The 3 vegetables you should eat daily to rebuild circulation, restore nerve function, and regain the strength you thought was gone forever. Real stories of seniors who made these simple swaps and transformed their lives in weeks, not years. This isn't about some fad diet or expensive supplements. It's about science, real peer-reviewed research that your doctor might not even know about yet. It's about making smarter food choices so you can age with strength, clarity, and dignity instead of weakness, confusion, and dependence. We'll start with the most common, most beloved, and most dangerous vegetable on senior plates across America.
Vegetable to avoid, number 1, white potatoes, the circulation destroyer. Let's start with one of the most comforting vegetables on senior dinner plates, the white potato. Mashed with butter, baked with sour cream, fried as hash browns. White potatoes are more than food, they're nostalgia. They're family dinners, holiday memories, comfort on cold nights. But if you're over 60, this starchy staple is quietly destroying your health from the inside out. White potatoes rank dangerously high on the glycemic index, higher than table sugar in some preparations. When you eat them, they don't just break down into sugar, they flood your bloodstream with glucose faster than your aging pancreas can handle. Your blood sugar spikes to dangerous levels, then crashes, leaving you exhausted, confused, and craving more carbs. But here's what nobody tells you about those blood sugar spikes. Each one damages your blood vessels. The sugar molecules literally scratch the delicate lining of your arteries and capillaries, creating tiny wounds that trigger inflammation. Over months and years, this creates scar tissue that narrows your vessels and reduces blood flow. The damage is worst in your smallest blood vessels, the capillaries in your legs, feet, and brain. These microscopic vessels, some just 1 cell thick, get clogged first. The result? Poor circulation that turns your feet cold and numb. Slower nerve signals that affect balance and coordination. Higher risk of neuropathy, that burning, tingling pain that keeps you awake. Increased chance of leg cramps that strike without warning. And brain fog that makes you feel like you're thinking through mud. Let me tell you about Harold, 72, a retired truck driver who ate mashed potatoes every night for 40 years. It was the one thing I never gave up, he told me. My wife made them just like my mother did. But Harold was falling apart. He woke every morning with knees so stiff he had to sit on the bed edge for 10 minutes before standing. His feet were constantly cold and numb. He'd lost feeling in 3 toes. He couldn't walk upstairs without gripping the rail with both hands. He'd stumbled twice in the past month, catching himself on furniture. During his checkup, we reviewed his diet. The pattern was devastating. White potatoes at dinner, often potato salad at lunch, sometimes hash browns at breakfast. He was eating the equivalent of 20 teaspoons of sugar just from potatoes every day. But it's not just about blood sugar. White potatoes are nutritionally bankrupt. Their pale color signals an almost complete lack of antioxidants, the compounds that protect your cells from damage. While colorful vegetables fight inflammation, white potatoes fuel it. And when you add the typical toppings, butter, cheese, sour cream, bacon bits, you're creating an inflammatory bomb. More saturated fat clogging arteries, more sodium raising blood pressure, more calories storing as visceral fat that produces inflammatory chemicals 24/7. The research is damning. A Harvard study of 84,000 women found that eating potatoes regularly increased diabetes risk by 14%, and diabetes is the fast track to losing your legs. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people eating potatoes 4 times weekly had 30% more inflammatory markers in their blood. Harold made one change. He completely eliminated white potatoes. No mashed, no baked, no fried. Instead, he ate cauliflower mash and roasted Brussels sprouts. After just 2 weeks, morning stiffness reduced by 50%. Feeling returned to his toes. Energy levels increased dramatically. He climbed stairs without holding the rail. After 6 weeks, lost 8 pounds without trying, blood pressure dropped 12 points, no more leg cramps at night, started walking his dog again. "I can't believe potatoes were doing that to me," Harold said. "I thought I was eating healthy because they're vegetables. I was poisoning myself." Here's the bottom line. Every white potato you eat is a direct attack on your circulation, your nerves, and your independence. The question is that comfort food worth losing your ability to walk? Vegetable to avoid number 2, eggplant, the joint destroyer. Now let's talk about a vegetable that looks elegant, sophisticated even, but may be secretly inflaming your joints and destroying your mobility. Eggplant. Eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, along with tomatoes, bell peppers, and white potatoes. While some people handle nightshades fine, something changes after 60. Your gut becomes more permeable, your immune system more reactive, your joints more vulnerable. Suddenly, foods you ate for decades become poison. The culprit is a natural compound called solanine. Solanine is a neurotoxin, yes, a literal poison that plants produce to kill insects and discourage animals from eating them. In small amounts, younger bodies can detoxify it, but after 60, your liver doesn't clear toxins as efficiently. Solanine accumulates in your tissues, especially in your joints where blood flow is already limited. Here's what solanine does inside your body. It disrupts nerve signal transmission, making muscles weak and uncoordinated. It triggers inflammatory responses in joint tissue. It interferes with calcium metabolism, weakening bones. It damages the intestinal lining, allowing toxins to enter bloodstream. And it accumulates in soft tissues, creating chronic inflammation. For seniors, the effects build slowly, insidiously. No dramatic flare-ups at first, just daily deterioration. Your knees feel puffy in the morning. Your fingers won't close completely. Your hips ache when you stand. Stairs become an enemy. Not because you're weak,
but because your joints are literally inflamed from the inside out. But here's the truly dangerous part. Solanine doesn't just inflame joints, it acts like a mild neurotoxin, slowing reflexes and reaction time. When your brain says step, your leg responds a fraction of a second late. That tiny delay? That's how falls happen. Dr. Norman Childers, a researcher who studied nightshades for 50 years, found that 74% of people with arthritis who eliminated nightshades experienced significant improvement. But mainstream medicine ignores this because there's no drug to sell. Let me tell you about Dorothy, 68, who loved eggplant parmesan. She made it every Sunday, a recipe from her Italian grandmother. But Dorothy was deteriorating rapidly. Her hands were so swollen that she couldn't wear her wedding ring. Her knees were so inflamed that she'd canceled her gym membership. She'd fallen twice in 3 months, once in her own kitchen. We tested her for nightshade sensitivity using an elimination protocol. For 3 weeks, no eggplant, no tomatoes, no peppers, no potatoes. The transformation was shocking. Week 1, morning stiffness reduced by 30%. Week 2, swelling in fingers gone, wedding ring fit again. Week 3, knee pain reduced by 70%, return to gym. When we reintroduced eggplant as a test, within 48 hours, every symptom returned. The connection was undeniable. "I couldn't believe it," Dorothy said. "I thought eggplant was healthy. I was literally eating my way to a wheelchair." The research supports Dorothy's experience. A study in the Journal of Neurological Sciences found that solanine can accumulate in neural tissue, potentially contributing to neurodegenerative conditions. Another study found that people with arthritis had 2.5 times more antibodies to nightshade proteins. Here's what makes eggplant particularly dangerous. Highest solanine content when picked young, most grocery store eggplants. Solanine concentrates in the skin, the part we're told is healthiest. Solanine doesn't destroy cooking, it's heat stable, and often prepared with cheese and oil, creating an inflammatory triple threat. The alternative? Vegetables that fight inflammation instead of causing it. Zucchini, yellow squash, cauliflower, bok choy. These provide similar textures and cooking properties without the joint-destroying solanine.
Vegetable to avoid number 3. Green bell peppers, the gut disruptor. Now let's expose another vegetable that looks innocent, even healthy, but may be secretly destroying your gut, your joints, and your brain. Green bell peppers. They're crisp, colorful, common in every grocery store. You probably have some in your crisper drawer right now. But for seniors, green bell peppers are a triple threat that can accelerate aging from the inside out. The first problem? Lectins, natural plant proteins that act like microscopic thorns in your digestive system. Lectins are designed by nature to make plants indigestible to predators. They're literally anti-nutrients. When you eat them, they bind to the lining of your intestines, punching microscopic holes in your gut wall. This creates a condition called intestinal permeability, or leaky gut. Through these holes, undigested food particles, bacteria, and toxins escape into your bloodstream. Your immune system sees these invaders and launches an attack, creating chronic system-wide inflammation. This inflammation doesn't stay in your gut, it travels everywhere. To your joints, causing arthritis. To your brain, causing fog and memory issues. To your nerves, slowing signals and reflexes. To your muscles, causing weakness and fatigue. Dr. Stephen Gundry, a cardiac surgeon who studied lectins for decades, found that eliminating high lectin foods reversed autoimmune conditions in 80% of his patients. But here's what he discovered about green peppers specifically. They have one of the highest lectin concentrations of any common vegetable. The second problem, green peppers are literally unripe vegetables. They're just red, yellow, or orange peppers picked early. This means 3 times more lectins than ripe peppers, 75% fewer antioxidants, more difficult to digest, more levels of anti-nutrients, more likely to cause gas and bloating. The third problem, green peppers are nightshades containing our old enemy solanine. Combined with lectins, you're getting a double dose of joint-destroying, nerve-disrupting compounds. Let me tell you about Robert, 74, a retired engineer who ate green peppers almost daily. They were in his morning omelet, his lunch salad, his dinner stir-fry. He thought he was being healthy. But Robert was falling apart. His joints ached constantly. His balance was so bad he'd installed a shower chair. He had brain fog so severe he'd stopped doing crossword puzzles. His wife noticed he was shuffling when he walked, taking tiny, uncertain steps. We eliminated green peppers completely. The results? Day 3, digestive issues improved dramatically. Week 1, joint pain reduced by 40%. Week 2, brain fog lifted, returned to crosswords. Week 3, balance improved, removed shower chair. Week 4, walking normally, no more shuffling. I had no idea peppers were doing that, Robert said. I actually feel 10 years younger. The research is compelling. A study in BMC complementary medicine found that reducing lectin intake improved arthritis symptoms in 73% of participants. Another study found that people with high lectin consumption had 2.8 times more inflammatory markers. Can cooking help? Barely. Lectins are remarkably heat stable. You'd have to pressure cook peppers for 30 minutes to reduce lectin significantly. And who does that? The alternative? If you want peppers, choose fully ripe red, yellow, or orange ones. They have 60% fewer lectins, 10 times more vitamin C, 20 times more vitamin A, and better flavor without bitterness. Or skip peppers entirely. Choose vegetables that heal instead of harm. Cucumbers, celery, fennel, radishes. These provide crunch without the inflammatory punch. Now that we've exposed the vegetables destroying your body, let's reveal the ones that can rebuild it. Vegetable to eat number 1, carrots, the vision and nerve protector. Let's shift from destruction to reconstruction, starting with one of the most underrated vegetables in your kitchen, carrots. They're humble, they're cheap, they last weeks in your fridge. But here's what most people miss. Carrots aren't just convenient, they're one of the most powerful tools for maintaining independence after 60. Carrots are packed with beta-carotene, a compound your body converts to vitamin A. But this isn't just about vitamins on a nutrition label. This is about saving your eyesight, protecting your nerves, and keeping your brain connected to your legs. Here's what vitamin A from carrots actually does. For your vision, as we age, our risk of macular degeneration skyrockets. It's the leading cause of blindness in seniors, stealing your ability to read, recognize faces, or see steps clearly. The macula, the center of your retina responsible for sharp vision, literally deteriorates without adequate vitamin A. But studies show that people eating carrots regularly have 40% less macular degeneration. That's the difference between driving yourself to the store and depending on others. Between reading to grandchildren and just listening. Between seeing the step that could trip you and missing it entirely. For your nerves, vitamin A maintains the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves. Think of it like insulation on electrical wires. When myelin degrades, nerve signals slow or misfire. Your brain says, lift your foot, but the message arrives late or garbled. That's how falls happen. Carrots help rebuild and maintain that myelin, keeping signals fast and clear. The result? Better balance, quicker reflexes, more confident movement. For your blood vessels, the antioxidants in carrots, not just beta-carotene but also lutein and zeaxanthin, protect the tiny capillaries in your legs and feet. These microscopic vessels are the first to fail with age, cutting off oxygen to tissues. Carrots help keep them open and flexible. Dr. Elizabeth Johnson from Tufts University found that seniors with the highest carotenoid levels had 50% better leg strength and 40% fewer falls than those with the lowest levels. Let me tell you about William, 77, who was rapidly losing his independence. His vision was so bad he'd stopped driving at night. His depth perception was off. He'd missed steps twice, catching himself on the railing. His legs felt weak and unsteady. His daughter started bringing him carrot juice every morning and cooked carrots with dinner. Simple change, profound results. Month 1, night vision noticeably improved.
Month 2, depth perception returned, no more missed steps. Month 3, balance improved, walking distance doubled. Month 6, passed driver's license renewal vision test. I thought I was just getting old, William said. Turns out I was just malnourished. Here's how to maximize carrot benefits. Best preparation methods. Lightly steamed, it increases beta-carotene absorption by 40%. Roasted with olive oil, fat helps vitamin A absorption. Fresh juice, concentrated nutrients, but include the pulp. Raw with hummus, combining with fat improves uptake. Avoid boiling, loses 50% of nutrients in the water, overcooking until mushy destroys antioxidants, or canned carrots, usually overcooked and high in sodium.
Vegetable to eat number 2, broccoli, the inflammation fighter. Now let's talk about a vegetable that's not flashy, not trendy, but might be the single most powerful tool for maintaining strength and clarity after 60. Broccoli. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane that does something remarkable. It activates your body's own defense systems at the genetic level. This isn't about adding nutrients. It's about switching on protective genes you already have. Sulforaphane triggers the NR2 pathway. Think of it as your body's master switch for fighting inflammation and oxidative stress. When activated, it produces hundreds of antioxidant enzymes, repairs damaged DNA, removes toxins from cells, reduces inflammation throughout your body, protect brain cells from deterioration. Dr. Jed Fahey from Hopkins University discovered that sulforaphane is 100 times more powerful than vitamin C at protecting cells. But here's what's remarkable for seniors. It specifically protects the areas that fail first with age. For your brain, sulforaphane crosses the blood-brain barrier and protects neurons from inflammation. Studies show it can improve cognitive function by 30% in just 12 weeks. It literally helps your brain stay young. For your joints, it blocks the enzymes that break down cartilage while reducing inflammatory markers by up to 73%. That's better than many arthritis medications, without the side effects. For your circulation, sulforaphane protects blood vessel walls from damage, keeping arteries flexible and blood pressure stable. It can reduce cardiovascular risk by 40%. Remember Harold, our truck driver who swapped potatoes for broccoli? Here's what happened next. Week 1, energy increased noticeably. Week 2, knee pain reduced by 50%. Week 3, mental clarity improved, started reading again. Week 4, blood pressure medication reduced. Week 8, walking 2 miles daily without pain. Week 12, doctor said his blood work looked 10 years younger. I don't dread the stairs anymore, Harold told me. I actually feel stronger at 72 than I did at 65. But here's the critical part most people get wrong. How you prepare broccoli determines whether you get sulforaphane or not. The science of preparation. Sulforaphane doesn't exist in broccoli, only its precursor does. You need the enzyme myrosinase to convert it. Heat destroys myrosinase, but you need some cell damage to release it. The solution? The hack and hold method. 1. Chop broccoli into small pieces, damages cells. 2. Wait 40 minutes, allows enzyme conversion. Then cook lightly, preserves sulforaphane. Or try these methods. Steam for exactly 3 to 4 minutes, preserves most enzymes. Eat raw with mustard. Mustard contains myrosinase. Or sprinkle mustard powder on cooked broccoli, adds back enzyme. Never boil broccoli, destroys 90% of sulforaphane. Microwave without water, creates harmful compounds. Buy pre-cut broccoli, enzyme already depleted.
The dose that works is just 1 cup of properly prepared broccoli 3 times weekly. That's enough to measurably reduce inflammation, protect your brain, and strengthen your joints.
Vegetable to eat number 3. Spinach, the circulation supercharger. Finally, let's talk about the vegetable that might be the closest thing to a fountain of youth for your circulatory system: spinach. But this isn't about Popeye and muscles. This is about something far more important for seniors: keeping blood flowing to your brain, your legs, and every cell that keeps you independent. Spinach contains natural nitrates, compounds that your body converts to nitric oxide. If you've never heard of nitric oxide, listen carefully. It might be the most important molecule for aging well that nobody talks about. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and dilate. As we age, nitric oxide production drops by 75%. The result? Blood vessels stiffen, blood pressure rises, and circulation to extremities fails. Your feet go numb, your brain gets foggy, your legs feel heavy. But dietary nitrates from spinach can restore nitric oxide to youthful levels. The transformation is remarkable. Blood flow increases by 20% within 2 hours. Blood pressure drops 5 to 8 points. Oxygen delivery to muscles improves 30%. Brain perfusion increases 15%. Dr. Norman Hollenberg from Harvard studied populations eating high-nitrate vegetables and found they had blood pressure readings like teenagers well into their 80s. No medication needed. But spinach offers more than nitrates. It's loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin. These protect your macula from blue light damage and macular degeneration. People with high lutein levels have 82% less vision loss. Folate is critical for nerve function and mood. Low folate triples your risk of depression and doubles fall risk. Magnesium relaxes blood vessels and nerves. 68% of seniors are deficient. Vitamin K keeps calcium in bones, not arteries, prevents both osteoporosis and arterial calcification.
Your legacy choice. You have a choice to make. You can be the grandparent who watches from the sidelines, dependent on others, limited by weakness and pain. Or you can be the one who plays, travels, lives fully, inspiring others with your vitality. That choice isn't made in dramatic moments. It's made in small, daily decisions, like choosing broccoli over potatoes, spinach over eggplant, carrots over peppers. Each choice is a vote for the future you want. Each meal is an opportunity to build strength or accept decline. Final thoughts. Remember this: you're not stuck. Your body is remarkably resilient, constantly rebuilding itself. With every smart choice, you're sending a powerful message to every cell. We're not done yet. We're getting stronger. We're staying free. The vegetables you eat today determine the life you'll live tomorrow. Choose wisely. Your future self is counting on it. Which vegetable surprised you most today? Was it one you eat often, or one you've been avoiding without realizing its benefits? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your stories. And if this video opened your eyes, please share it with someone you care about. Subscribe for more science-based strategies to age with strength and dignity. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a life-changing insight. Remember, every bite is a choice, every choice is a chance, and every chance is an opportunity to reclaim the strength, clarity, and freedom you deserve. You're not just feeding your body, you're choosing your future. Choose vegetables that build you up, not break you down. Stay strong, stay clear, stay free.